Hey friends, wanted to share some thoughts with you today about what I'm seeing on social media, maybe what you're seeing on social media. I'm seeing attempts for people to have deep and change-oriented conversation, but I'm not seeing that actually happen. What I'm seeing, and maybe what you're noticing, is that people are starting with very important concepts, and very quickly those dialogues turn into demeaning statements, name calling, limbic flare up, us against them, people taking sides, people defending their stances. And I see people getting frustrated that attempts at change are not being met, they're not being seen, they're not being heard. And I have some thoughts on this. Maybe these thoughts make sense to you, maybe they don't. But when I think about the nervous system, the needs of the central nervous system, the basic needs of the central nervous system in all mammals is to know and feel that we are safe. And safe, being the operative word, has a lot of different meanings to different people. Safe could mean, right now, in this particular moment, I'm comfortable. Roof over my head, chair supporting me, I know where the bathroom is, I have access to food and water. For others, safe might mean, I have loved ones waiting for me that I know will make me feel seen and heard. And yet for others, safety is even more limited or elusive, and that might be, for just this one moment in time, my heart's beating, and I'm breathing, and my body temperature is regulated. So safe is a very tricky subject and concept, but it is the prime need of the nervous system. Safe could also, to the nervous system, be, do I have a mate? Do I have the opportunity to have shelter, procreate, sleep, eat, get my most basic needs met? That can convert into a sense of safety as well. So here we have this concept that a mammalian nervous system, regardless of economics, race, gender, culture, demographics, a mammalian nervous system is hypervigilantly looking in all moments to know it's safe. When it doesn't feel safe, we are going to move into a physiological predisposition to defend or attack, or to hypervigilantly note all the errors so we can correct them, so we can get our needs met. So what happens is, if we're not perceiving we're safe, we are going into limbic bias, limbic functioning, meaning our midbrain is getting very active, getting a little hypervigilant, and aspects of ourself will be at the ready. Defensiveness, attacking, taking things personally, short-sightedness, myopic vision, all of these things. And this is all totally normal and natural. But here's where it gets tricky with social media. The most basic way for the nervous system to establish a sense of safety is through our most primitive vagus system, our vagus nerve, right? This is the 10th cranial nerve, and it is connected to brainstem, to heart rate, to gut function, to breathing. And it also is connected to the way we perceive our environment. Sees us, hears us, recognizes us, supports us. So basically, in all moments, I can tune myself to safety by giving my vagus nerve what it needs, what it's looking for. It is looking for eye contact to start to know if I'm safe with you, talking with you. It's looking for smell. What am I smelling in the environment? Do I smell fire? Well, I'm going to run. Do I smell something familiar that makes me feel calm? Then I'm going to stay. It's looking for touch. It's looking to know that there is a safe touch nearby. That could be a hug, somebody that I love holding my hand. That could be my ability to hug myself. That could be just being in proximity to other people, knowing I might shake a hand. It's looking for prosody, meaning it's looking to detect the tone of your voice when we're together. And it's through that tone that I'm also going to get vital information around whether or not I'm safe. So we've got tone, prosody, eyesight, sense of smell, we've got vision, and we've got our vestibular balance, right? So am I on solid ground? I feel safer on solid ground than I do on a tightrope, right? So there's even a vestibular ocular reflex that plays into whether or not we feel safe. Now think of social media dialogue. What is it missing? It's missing eye contact, it's missing smell, it's missing touch, and it's missing prosody. I'm pretty certain that the best way to downregulate someone's stress response is not with the written word, text, or a post. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty certain that's not in any trauma-centric program. Okay, what is required to get people safe enough to feel seen and heard and to be seen and heard through vulnerability is if all those other things are met. And now we have platforms which are great for connection. Obviously, I'm connecting to you right now through social media. And I'm doing the best I can to show you my facial expressions so you can hear my tone of voice. But even this is not enough because I'm not in the room with you. You don't know my body language. You can only see me from the shoulders up. You actually don't have a sense of your environment and smells and the way we interact together. So there are still primitive inputs missing even from this conversation. But there is absolutely all of the risk to trigger somebody into defense or attack when most of your communication relies on text, written word, symbols on a piece of paper or on a screen. That is the least amount of information your nervous system is needing and wanting to know it's safe. So now we've given the nervous system the least amount of information around safety and are now asking to have the highest level vulnerable, change-oriented, productive dialogue around emotions. Are you seeing that this is not a good recipe to get any change done in any graceful way that has any hope of bringing people out of their limbic response and into their higher self, the self that can see the big picture and be motivated and inspired and be compassionate and empathetic with people and forgiving and understanding and open to being wrong and corrected? Okay, this is an equation that does not compute. So what do I say to social media? I say we have to still use it. It's a great way to connect with people. But for this really meaningful dialogue that the world is needing right now, what could we do to give more interaction? These are just some suggestions. I have no idea if they would work. These are just thoughts coming to my head. What if the really potent dialogue you wanted to have was, instead of a post, an invitation to maybe, I don't know, an online meetup where you can all hear each other real time, see each other, or better yet, a meetup in person, whether you're social distancing outside or inside with all of the precautions that you are comfortable with, real time. We've defaulted to posts and texts to do the highest level evolutionary work. Yet it has actually stripped us of our highest evolutionary potential because it is devoid of what the nervous system needs first before we're even ready to have those conversations. And I'm seeing this with my friends. I'm seeing people leave social media platforms because they are being attacked or they're attacking or they're feeling bombarded by fake news or conspiracy theories. And ultimately, all of that is a representation of us against them against us, a limbic stance. And the more we take the limbic stance, guess what happens? The us's get smaller and smaller and smaller, and the thems get bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually, we've applied calculus 2 differentials to parcel a group of people into 10,000 subcategories of us against thems. And then we're hoping for change? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. From a neuroscience perspective, I don't see how any of that computes. But what I do see is a beautiful human drive and a deep, deep passion for change. In all of the people who are posting their heartfelt posts, I see a desire, and that desire is gold. It's the gold of humanity. But we have to use it in a way that makes us feel seen and heard. So I would love to hear your suggestions about how you could take off the screen the text invitation and put on the screen or in real time the human connection piece. Because maybe then the change we're all hoping for would be seen, heard, and happen perhaps a little faster. And I could be wrong here. I'm totally open to being wrong. But I know I don't really feel fulfilled when I make a post and I get 10,000 opinions on it, and I can't possibly address them all or feel seen and heard. So I know personally this is affecting me, and I just wanted to bring that up and see what your thoughts were on how social media is not helping our vagus nerve. Hope you are all doing well, staying safe, finding a way to create safety and comfort for yourself, however small it might be, for however many moments of the day it might be for. Every little bit helps. Have a great day.